Hi students, so this is the last video from the chapter General Principle and Processes of Isolations of Elements, where we are going to discuss application of thermodynamics in metallurgy and extraction of some metal from their chief ore. So now Ellingham diagram, okay, so it help us to choose the best reducing agent for the reduction of certain metal oxide. Now according to it, the reducing agent which have the lower del G value for the oxidation, for its oxidation, okay, it's more negative than the del G value for the oxidation of metal, then that reducing agent will act as a very good reducing agent. Now during the reduction of your iron oxide, okay, so we can use either carbon monoxide, carbon as reducing agent. Now from this Ellingham diagram, what we can see is like from this point of intersection, right, the line of your carbon to carbon monoxide is going downward, okay, and that of iron to iron oxide is moving upward, isn't it? And for carbon monoxide again it is going upward, and for carbon to carbon dioxide it is almost a straight line. Now out of this carbon monoxide and carbon, so which is the best reducing agent? It is your carbon. Why? Because it have more negative del G value right above this point. So your carbon is used as a reducing agent for your iron oxide. Now let us try to discuss the extractions of iron from its oxide, okay. Now ore from where extractions of iron is done, like hematite, magnetite. Now in what are the different steps during the extractions of iron? Number one, so crushed ore is concentrated. Now we are talking about this hematite, okay. Crushed ore is concentrated by hydraulic washing. Then step 2, after concentration we are going to do the calcination, right, in reverberatory furnace. Now what happened during calcination? Moisture whatever are present, it will get removed. Now if some impurities are there like sulfur, phosphorus, arsenic, okay, it will removed as some volatile gases like sulfur dioxide, phosphorus pentaoxide, arsenic oxide. Now if some iron carbonate is present, so that will get converted to iron oxide, okay, and this one will further oxidize to give ferric oxide, so which we can use for further extractions of iron. Now this process will help to prevent loss of iron during the process melting. Okay, now after calcination the ore, okay, is subjected to undergo reduction with carbon in blast furnace. Now in blast furnace, ore is mixed with limestone coke in the ratio 8:1:4. Now what is the role of limestone here? So limestone will act as basic flux, okay, which will remove gangue as slag, and coke, so it will act as a fuel as well as a reducing agent. Now let us discuss what are the different reaction taking place in the furnace. Now there are different zone in this blast furnace, okay. Now to blast furnace we add is ore, limestone, coke in ratio 8:1:4, okay. Now what happen is there are different zone. Now one is the combustion zone where the carbon, okay, will burn to carbon dioxide. Now this is a highly exothermic reaction. So for that region, so in combustion zone the temperature will rises up to 2200 Kelvin. Now so this carbon dioxide will ascend upward, okay. What happen is it will go to the fusion zone where it again combine with carbon, okay, and will convert to carbon monoxide. Now this is endothermic reaction. So this is endothermic reaction, and the temperature will get lowered up to 1570 Kelvin. Okay, now whatever iron is produced from reduction in this above zone will melt in this zone, okay, fuse in this zone. So for that region the zone is what called fusion zone. And if any ferric oxide is present, okay, any oxide is present, then here that will get reduced to iron. So here the complete reduction will take place in fusion zone. Then next is the slag formation zone, and where the temperature is about your 1270 Kelvin. Now here your limestone, okay, so that limestone will get converted to calcium oxide, will now act as flux. Then that calcium oxide will react with any impurity like silica, okay. It will remove this silica as calcium silicate slag which can easily be separate, okay, and it will form a separate layer above the molten iron. Now next is the reduction zone where the reduction begins. So now different reduction reaction takes place here, like ferric oxide get reduced, okay, to ferric oxide, carbon dioxide, then ferric oxide, okay, will get reduced to iron, carbon monoxide using. So here the reductions of your iron begin. Now the iron, okay, the spongy iron produced in the reduction zone, okay, in this zone, spongy iron, so that will now move down slowly and melt in the fusion zone, okay, and at the lower or hotter part the main reaction take place. So if any oxide are there, so that will convert to iron in the molten state. Now this iron, okay, so which is formed in the blast furnace will melt and dissolve some carbon, silicon, phosphorus, so it will have some impurity in it. So this iron which we get from the blast furnace is what called pig iron. Now let us try to discuss different form of iron. Now what is pig iron? I have already told you it is formed in the blast furnace, right? And it has the impurity like sulfur, phosphorus, silicon, manganese, and about 4% of carbon. Now so this pig iron can be cast into various shape. Now next is cast iron. So now cast iron is a bit purified form of the pig iron. Now how it is prepared? So it is made by melting your pig iron with scrap iron and coke. Now this coke, okay, will act again reducing agent using hot air blast. Now so that will remove impurity, okay, certain amount of impurity, and the impurity will get lessened up to 3%, and this is what called cast iron, and it is extremely hard and brittle. Now next is the wrought iron, and it is the purest form of commercial iron, okay, and it contain about 0.5% of impurity. Now how to remove impurity? Now so where it is prepared? So it is prepared from cast iron, and कसरी बन्दा by oxidizing impurity in reverberatory furnace lined with hematite. So now why hematite banda? We are using hematite here, right? Kina banda, so that will remove carbon. So why hematite will oxidize carbon to carbon monoxide, and this is a gas which can easily escape, right? So that means so here your hematite or ferric oxide will act as reducing agent and remove carbon as carbon monoxide. So this is how the percentage of carbon will lower down to 0.5%. Now here so limestone is also added, so which is act as a flux. Now next let us discuss extraction of copper from copper oxide. Now ore is your copper oxide is okay, so extracted from the ore copper pyrites. Copper pyrites. Now what is the first step? Crushing. Then we do the concentration. Now since this is a sulfide ore, we do the concentration by flotation process, okay. Now sulfide next will be we do the roasting, and any sulfide we do the roasting. So roasting ma what will happen? Whatever moistures are present, it will get removed, right? And whatever impurities are there like sulfur, arsenic, antimony, phosphorus, so this will removed as volatile oxide. So sulfur as sulfur dioxide, okay, phosphorus as phosphorus pentaoxide. Then your copper sulfide, okay, so it is roasted, is converted to iron, copper pyrites. So will copper pyrites is converted to your ferrous sulfide and cuprous sulfide. Cu2S is cuprous sulfide, okay, which are then partially oxidized. Like this is your copper pyrites on roasting. It is giving copper sulfide, cuprous sulfide and ferrous sulfide with sulfur dioxide. Now this ferrous sulfide and cuprous sulfide will partially oxidize, not all but partially oxidize to ferric oxide, ferrous oxide and cuprous oxide. Now after roasting, okay, this ore is mixed with silica and heated in reverberatory furnace. Now why silica? Silica will act as flux and will remove the impurity like ferrous oxide as slag. So ferrous oxide, it's a gangue, silica which act as a acidic flux, so it will give a slag, right, which can easily be removed. Now copper produced, now copper which is produced here will be in form of copper matte, like cuprous mixture of your cuprous sulfide and ferrous sulfide. Now again this copper matte, which is a mixture of cuprous sulfide and ferrous oxide, okay, is charged to into silica lined converter. Now why is silica lined? Okay, some silica is also added and hot blast air is blown to convert remaining ferrous sulfide to oxide and cuprous sulfide oxide to metallic copper, like eta cases. So ferrous sulfide, it will convert to ferrous oxide. Ferrous oxide, now silica, the role of silica here again, it is acting as a flux and removing ferrous oxide as slag, ferrous iron silicate. Okay, now cuprous oxide will get oxidized, okay, whatever copper matte matcha, so that will get oxidized to copper oxide. Now this copper oxide and copper sulfide both will combine to give copper and sulfur dioxide. So you can see lots of sulfur dioxide coming out from the reaction. Okay, now the solidified copper obtained, okay, has blistered appearance. Why? Because of evolution of sulfur dioxide gas. So whatever copper which we get from the extraction is what called blister copper. It will have small blisters on it. Now let us discuss, okay, extraction of zinc from zinc blende. Now ore, zinc blende, ZnS. Then so what is the step one? Obviously crushing. Okay, then we do the concentration. So since it's a sulfide ore, through by flotation process, then it's sulfide, again we do the roasting. So when we do the roasting, we get is a zinc oxide. Now after doing roasting, we need to do is reduction. Okay, now for reduction, this zinc oxide is mixed with coke, carbon and clay to make briquettes. Okay, and this is heated at the temperature 1673 Kelvin, which then give your zinc. So carbon here is reducing zinc oxide to zinc. So carbon is a reducing agent out here. Okay, then the metal is distilled off and collected by rapid cooling. Now next is extraction of aluminium from by the electrometallurgy process. So what is the chief ore of aluminium? Bauxite. Now what is the step? Crushing and concentration, and we have already discussed that concentration of bauxite ore is done by leaching, isn't it? Then next is electrolytic reduction, as because this is highly reactive metal. Now electrolytic reduction is what called Hall-Héroult process. Now in this process, okay, the concentrated ore is mixed with cryolite, okay, and calcium fluoride. Now what is the role of this cryolite or calcium fluoride? Okay, so this now will lowers the melting point of the mixture and increases the conductivity of the mixture. So this fused mixture is then electrolyzed using graphite rod as anode and carbon lining as cathode. So this is your cathode and these are the anode. Now what is the reaction taking place that at cathode? So cathode ma ke huncha timro reduction huncha. So at cathode, okay, now this aluminium oxide will be in molten state, right? So that means it will conduct electricity. That means it will be in a dissociate form like aluminium ion and oxide ion. Now what is the reaction taking place at cathode? So cathode ma ko jancha, aluminium will migrate, right, and it will get reduced to aluminium, molten aluminium. And at anode, what is the reaction taking place? So anode is your carbon, right, graphite. So that will get oxidized by the oxide from your aluminium oxide. So it will oxidize to carbon monoxide and it will oxidize to carbon dioxide. Now what is the overall reaction taking place? So aluminium oxide, okay, and carbon, then it will give aluminium and carbon dioxide. So here, so what is the role of graphite rod? So graphite carbon will act as a reducing agent here, which is reducing aluminium oxide to aluminium. So during this reaction, what we can see is your carbon is using up, right? Now for every kg of aluminum produced, about 0.5 kg, okay, of carbon anode is burnt away. So for that reason, so carbon rod has to be replaced during the process of extraction. Now next takes extractions of copper from low grade ores or scrap, okay, by the process of hydrometallurgy. Now copper, so it is extracted from low grade, or how? By the process called hydrometallurgy. Now what is this hydrometallurgy? What happens in hydrometallurgy? So your ore, okay, ore is leached out using acid or bacteria. So solution बनाउँछ. Now the solution containing your copper ion, okay, will be treated with either hydrogen or scrap iron. So where your copper ion will reduce to copper solid, like here. So copper ion from the leached solution, okay, when on reaction with hydrogen, so now this hydrogen will reduce copper ion to copper. And iron, we again can use iron, so which is again, okay, reducing copper ion to copper. So this is how one can extract copper from low grade ore, or when the percentage of copper is very low, and from the scrap copper. Now last is production of chlorine. So this we have already discussed. So chlorine can be extracted, okay, or obtained from electrolysis of brine solution. Now what is brine solution? Saturated solution of NaCl. Now when you pass electricity through the NaCl solution, then what you are going to get? So hydrogen gas at cathode, chlorine gas at anode, and sodium hydroxide. So this will remain in the solution. So this is how productions of chlorine is done through the process of electrolysis. So thank you.